Fishing can be heard right here every Friday afternoon at 5:25, presented by Frontier Marine and Power Sports. Listen in this Friday and let people know you've gone fishing.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Just when you think you got everything set up, it pulls you back in, Mary.
I'm like, do you want me to start singing when the music ends? Should I just pick it up and take over where you left off? So it's still Monday is what you're saying.
It's been a whole week of Mondays for me.
Oh, well, that's okay. We're okay with that. I've got a really good, strong cup of joe here. So, and I have good news on the maiden voyage of the crockpot liners.
How'd it go?
It went great. And I had kind of a messy meal. One was mashed potatoes, not terribly messy. But the other one was really thick, dark brown gravy and meatballs. And it sat in there, and I cooked it on high, and then I had to leave. So it maybe cooked on high a little longer than it should have. So I was expecting those things to be super messy. Super easy cleanup.
That was
problem.
that was going to be my question. How was the cleanup on it?
I turned them inside out and washed them.
Oh, nice.
Easy. And then I turned and I dried that, waited till they dried. Flipped them back, popped them down, collapsed them. Slick.
Nice.
I loved it. So yeah, that was one of those online shopping last minute to get sucked in kinds of things that actually really
worked.
works.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So anyway, I have good things to say about that. Here we are, just a couple of days now away from Easter.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, it's kind of going to be okay, right?
For Easter itself, it's going to be fine.
Okay.
Tonight, if you're headed out for Monday, Thursday, grab a raincoat because we are going to be experiencing a little bit of rain. But other than that, Easter Sunday looks like hold on to your bonnet. It might be a little windy, but that's about it.
We have had some wind. It's drying things out, but actually, we really could use the rain.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind seeing it rain. When we were in Florida last week, overnight one night, it thundered, lightened, and poured rain.
Wow.
And I thought, oh, I love that sound. We had one of those giant glass doors that, those ones that keep extending and extending. So like the whole room is open to the Gulf. And all I could hear was rain pounding and thunder and lightning, but just coming straight down, no wind, just a good old-fashioned thunderstorm. And boy, did that sound good.
And it's really good that was in Florida, not Fergus.
Yeah? We don't want that?
Well, we like the rain. We just don't need the storm that could go severe.
Yeah, no, this was.
Then I have to come into work.
Yeah, no, this was not a storm. It was just a good old-fashioned thunder, lightning, and rain. And the kind that comes straight down and, does the ground some good. And anyway, after a whole winter, the sound of rain is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We've missed it.
Yeah, well, we've had it a couple times. I know that one snowstorm.
Not very much, though.
That one snowstorm we got that was supposed to be, I think, the second snowpocalypse that we were supposed to get.
Right.
I got up at 6 o'clock and it was raining instead of snowing. It was supposed to turn to snow at 1, and at 6 it was still raining. So I'm like, well, we're not getting much snow, and we didn't.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to. I wouldn't even mind a rainy day, and
we need it. Battle Lake is
everything is
so low,
and I'm guessing that farmers need the moisture in the fields, and so yeah, it would be.
But they need a slow, steady. We got to get the frost out of the ground so it absorbs.
Right. Well, all the lakes are open. That should make you feel like spring and summer. Of course, Easter is upon us, another sure sign. And a lot of people I see putting out patio furniture, and I've even seen some people out there on lawnmowers. I can't believe that yet, but I think what they're doing is
chopping up the leaves.
They're chopping up the leaves, and they're picking up stuff from last fall. But It's even kind of good to hear a mower in the neighborhood, you know?
Yeah, I've heard a couple there. I wanted to do that out at the lake and finish, going over some leaves out there, but I hadn't had time.
Yeah, we're going to head to the cabin this weekend sometime. I think it's probably time to turn the water on. I think it's
Yeah.
okay to do that now. And now the lake is free of ice, so you can actually put the dock and all the stuff in the water. And yeah, so that makes it feel like spring and summer
I
to
have
me.
to
That
deal with it.
ceremonial first flush of the
Oh,
toilet.
the ceremonial first flush. I have to deal with the ice heave before I get my stuff in the water. So
Oh, you did have some damage.
yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't much, but when you've got
Just enough
riprap,
to push
it's
those rocks down. Oh, believe me, I
it makes it
know.
a mess.
8 of the first 11 years we were at the lake, we had to repair
Yeah.
the shore. That's why we aerate.
I remember the first year that Jen and I started dating, we went out there and the ice heave was at least 8 feet high. I mean, it was huge.
Yeah, we've had one like that too, where we had to bring in heavy equipment to basically start over on the lawn.
Yep.
But anyway, we fared pretty well this year, I think, although I've not been out there. So I think this weekend sometime it'll be to just stop out there and kind of open things up. And it's actually colder in this kind of weather. It's actually colder inside the cabin than it is outside.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah, so open everything up and kind of get things warmed up in there. So we look forward to that. Well, lots of news. I don't know about you, but every morning when I turn on, especially national news, um, it's really disheartening because there is just no middle ground. There's no common sense, and there's no oh boy, there's no reason for people to respond the way they're responding. And it makes me really sad that people are fighting so hard and doing such awful things, all in the name of bringing an illegal person back to this country
Yeah.
who is
Here illegally.
here illegally. Right there, that's good enough. Go back to your country.
A
If you
criminal.
want to come back here, you do it the right way and you are welcome. But yeah, and a criminal. His girlfriend or wife or whoever she is, has had a restraining order on him before.
Yeah.
He's not
Not
the
a good
great
guy.
that everyone is making him out to be. Now, was he part of that gang? I don't know that they have confirmed that, but it sure feels like he's not a stand-up guy. And it doesn't matter if he's the nicest guy in the country. He's here illegally, and now he is gone. So I don't know why people in the United States, and particularly the left, are fighting so hard to bring an illegal criminal back into the country. I don't get it. What is the big I mean, why are we
Politics.
doing that?
Politics.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm so tired of politics. And I just every day, like these all the tariffs and all of, all the things that are going on that President Trump is trying to do to right the ship and to get the economy back where it belongs. But his own Fed chair is kind of going against him and what he's saying.
Yeah.
So now it looks like he might be on the chopping block. Anyway, it it it's really it's sad. Every day you turn on the news and I just can't believe what's going on. Anyway, all right, let's go back up a little bit. The man accused of setting fire to Governor Josh Shapiro's residence in Pennsylvania told 911 operators he was motivated by what he believed Shapiro's views were concerning the war in Gaza. The suspect faces charges including attempted homicide and aggravated arson, with officials noting no immediate plans for ethnic intimidation charges. So it doesn't really matter. The guy needs the book thrown at him for
Yeah.
sure. A federal judge found probable cause for the Trump administration. Now they want to hold the administration itself in contempt of violating an order to pause deportations under the Alien Enemies Act. The administration sent alleged gang members to El Salvador despite a court order, prompting the judge to cite possible criminal contempt. So now we're going after the administration as a whole. The White House, of course, plans to appeal. That's what everybody's doing. We're going to lob the charges. We're going to appeal. And then
And
drags out.
if wasn't the planes already in the air when this guy's like,
They were, but I think they're trying to stop any future,
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to happen or not. And again, another
Liberal judge.
why are we fighting so hard to
Mhm.
keep all these illegal criminals in our country? Why? I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, and I think it's just because it goes against what this administration is doing. That's the whole crux
Yep.
of the whole deal. Doesn't make any sense. It's just that if that's what the Trump administration is doing, we're going to fight it.
Yep.
That's how it goes. The Trump administration is suing Maine for allowing transgender athletes in women's sports. And I say, hear, hear. The dispute over Title IX led to threats of funding cuts. Maine's governor accused the administration of overreaching. These are mediocre male athletes that can't make it in their own sport.
So they say they're a woman and go there.
Honestly. And what does that say to women in sports?
There's a reason why there's men's and there's
Oh
women's
my goodness.
sports.
But then you've got a whole group of people who say, I don't know that they really believe this, but who say that there are more than two genders.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And you don't have to pick just one. You can be multiples if you like. You can be they or them. I mean, now we're into ridiculousness that one person can refer to themselves as multiple people. Really? Those were called disorders as I was growing up. But evidently that's cool now. But anyway. All right. Governor Gavin Newsom plans to sue President Trump. Wow. Poor guy. Anyway, he's going to sue over tariffs imposed in April. Newsom asserts Trump lacks the constitutional authority to impose what he called the largest tax hike of our lifetime. The lawsuit aims to declare the tariffs unlawful and unenforceable, and citing potential economic losses for the state as a major concern. Or is he potentially campaigning to run for president?
He's campaigning to run
I
for
think
president.
So too. Absolutely. And for the first time in a century, a juvenile colossal squid.
Oh, I've seen the video of this.
I haven't seen it. Was
Interesting.
filmed swimming in the deep water, in the deep sea rather, near the South Sandwich Islands. Estimated to grow up to 23 feet long, the colossal squid is distinct from the giant squid, with little known about its life cycle. The footage was captured by scientists using a remotely operated vehicle, marking a significant discovery. So that's kind of cool, huh?
It is cool. It's a juvenile, so it's a lot smaller than the 20-some odd feet. But it like just kind of enjoyed its little fluttering thing. Its eyes glowed red, and
whoa,
it was kind of cool.
Loch Ness monster.
They're like the bioluminescent eyes, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And a Lake City, Florida woman who was training to become a correctional officer has been accused of smuggling drugs into a prison. Likely she is not going to graduate.
No.
She was arrested by a task force after officials received a tip that she was going to receive illegal narcotics. Thomas was allegedly planning to smuggle drugs into Suwannee Correctional Institute. Officers seized 42 grams of crystal meth and 211 grams of marijuana. She's now being held on $333,000 bond. So that's here she wants to become a correctional officer, and that's
not how you do it.
That's not how you do it. That's for sure.
But I was researching how they can smuggle stuff in.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what she was doing. That's the whole reason for trying to become a correctional officer. I don't know, but anyway, I don't think I see that as
in her
future job. So we are coming up on the Easter holiday, and hopefully, all of you have some good plans for ham. Are you going to serve ham?
No.
No. You do ribs?
Prime rib.
Oh, prime rib. Okay. I haven't even thought that far. We're going to have kind of a laid back. We're going to go and have dinner with my mom, so I don't know exactly what that's going to be. And yeah, so kind of a laid back Easter. These one-day holidays kind of come and go pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And our family is kind of busy. We're getting set for the second grandchild's graduation from GCU, so we're headed to Arizona for that. So looking forward to that, and so that kind of gets in the way of some of us have to leave on Easter night to get to catch flights and that sort of thing. So It's going to be kind of a laid back weekend celebration for us. But I look forward to it. I get the pleasure of singing on our worship team for 2 services on Sunday. I love that. And there's nothing like being on a worship team at Christmas or Easter. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so much fun. And of course, Easter, the music is just out of this world. It's great. And we're singing some really cool songs. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, and looking forward to whatever Easter dinner is going to look like at your house and gathering of family and friends. We love to do that. So hopefully that's in your weekend plans too. Coming up on the bottom of the hour, break for some market information. And when we come back, about 60% of us ignore symptoms.
Oh.
So we'll tell you about that when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Fergus Home and Hardware. If you have a home, we can help.
We get it. Price matters. You work hard for your money and shouldn't have to choose between saving a few bucks and quality service. This is Sherry. At Fergus Home and Hardware, we're proud to price match all major appliances for you so you don't have to wonder if you're getting a fair deal. No guesswork, just the right products at the best price.
Fergus Home and Hardware. If you have a home, we can help.
Stop sprinkling your ad budget around, hoping for results. Make a splash with Leighton Media. Our company has over 60 years of history and a team with over 100 employees, all strongly vested in your business success. With a strategic media approach, we optimize every investment you make with your marketing dollars to make them work better than ever. Ready to make an impact? Connect with Leighton Media today. Our team is ready to work for you. Leighton Media, your success starts here.
Hey, Twins fans, it's Chris Atterbury. Well-deserved off day for the hometown nine after playing 12 games in 12 days. After winning 2 of 3 from the Mets on the road in Atlanta. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night from Truist Park. I'll be joined by Glenn Perkins as we watch Chris Paddock battle against right-hander Bryce Elder. It's going to be a 5:30 pregame lineup card, 6:15 first pitch, and it's right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
If shore lunches and backstraps are a main part of your diet, then we've got a radio show for you. Sporting Journal Radio. It's the Midwest's radio home for the outdoors. I'm Brett Amundson, and I'll get you caught up on the latest hunting, fishing, and outdoor information each week with tips from guides, biologists, and wild game cooks. Tune in to Sporting Journal Radio.
Catch Sporting Journal Radio Saturday mornings at 8:06 on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, anyplace with the new Fergus Now app on your phone.
There's lots of gear to help you fish, but make sure you pack your guides in your tackle box. Listen to Todd and Phil from PT's Guide Service during Gone Fishing, presented by Frontier Marine and Power Sports. Gone Fishing helps you land more fish by letting you know the techniques that are working on area lakes. Listen in as PT's Guide Service shares a boatload of experience. Gone Fishing can be heard right here every Friday afternoon at 5:25, presented by Frontier Marine and Power Sports. Listen in this Friday and let people know you've gone fishing.
Improve yield without an extra step with Quick Shot. Quick Shot is a quality fluency agent and full nutrient package in one ultimate planter box treatment. It provides all the benefits of enhanced flowability, improved singulation, and fewer skips, but with a powerful jolt of nourishment. Go with Quick Shot to help your seed reach its full yield potential. Contact your local Helena representative or authorized dealer for more information about Quick Shot. Always read and follow label instructions and check registration status before use.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on
it. Good morning. Market update on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Randy Conan. Grain markets. Wheat and corn managing to hang on to gains here. Soybean market now turning a little bit lower. RCM Ag Services analyst Steve Wagner says wheat is what's leading this market today.
I would say it's wheat that's driving the bus. Corn is kind of following. There really isn't a lot of news. You know, we'll become more fixated each Monday morning with planting progress, but it's a little early to get excited about that for corn. you've had good exports and then a bit of a slowdown and now a little better. I think it's more of a one-off, Randy, than anything. I don't see how we can maintain the exports we've got with all the tariff stuff floating around out there.
Livestock markets a little bit two-sided here this morning.
April feeder cattle go off today. They're very strong, and I think they're going to stay strong. The demand is solid for feeder cattle. Cash cattle stay strong. Boxes are a little weaker, but still at a high level. And now we're through Easter, so that, I think retailers, maybe not Monday, but in the near future are going to start climbing. They're going to want to start buying that beef for the grilling season.
Cash cattle market quiet here this morning as well. Just a few scattered asking prices being noted around 208 to 210 live. Nothing established in the dressed market. No bids being renewed either. Cutouts are expected to be lower on light to moderate box movement. You're listening to the Red River Farm Network.
This is Emily Kruckelberg, Farm Safety and Health Educator with University of Minnesota Extension, reminding you to slow down, think twice, and be safe this spring. Slow down, especially on roadways. When operating farm equipment, make sure your flashers are on, even in daylight, and you have a slow-moving vehicle emblem attached and visible. Let oncoming traffic pass before pulling onto roadways, and use lesser-traveled roads whenever possible. When driving your own vehicle, be sure to slow down at the first sight of machinery and pass only when it is safe and legally permissible. Think twice about doing too much in a day. Even when we are up against the clock, we need to take time to rest and recharge with sleep and food. We can only give 100% when we are at 100%. So remember to take breaks throughout the day. Finally, be safe and be aware of your surroundings. Avoid distractions like cell phones and keep your focus on the task at hand. From all of us at UMN Extension and Minnesota Corn, slow down, think twice, and be safe.
Dedicated, dependable, and delivering the information you need. It's Don Wick.
The response from ag groups has been lukewarm at best.
Randy Koenen.
The popularity of biofuels has helped create more demand for crops.
Jamie Dickerman.
Nitrogen prices continue to tick higher.
And Tyler Donaldson.
A weather system is set to move into the region beginning tomorrow.
Whether it's happening in the farm field or the halls of Congress, we deliver the information that impacts you and your business. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
The Red River Farm Network is reporting on the happenings in Bismarck with the North Dakota Legislative Report. Each Friday morning at 6:37, you'll hear from lawmakers and ag leaders. This special coverage made possible by NDFB, Ag Country Farm Credit Services, North Dakota Grain Growers Association, Northern Pulse Growers Association, North Dakota Farmers Union, and the North Dakota Corn Growers Association. The North Dakota Legislative Report, Fridays on the Red River Farm Network.
May wheat Minneapolis 6.5 cents higher, 6.10 1/4. Chicago May wheat's 5 1/4 higher. Kansas City May wheat 8 1/4 cents higher. May corn now unchanged, 4.84 1/4. December corn's up 1/4 penny, 4.67. May soybeans down 5.5 cents at 10.33. November soybeans down 6 3/4, 10.27 1/2. In Winnipeg, May canola $1.30 a metric ton higher, 6.75.10 Canadian. June live cattle 20 cents higher, 202.27. August is down 5 cents. May feeder cattle $1.15 higher at 285.55. August up 15 cents. May lean hogs are down 17 cents at 89.97. June down 2 cents. This is the Red River Farm Network.
Whoa, dudes, got a case of cabin fever? Let's cure it, retro tropical style. The Fergus Falls Craft Beer Tour, presented by Builders First Source, is hitting the Big Wood Event Center on Friday, May 2nd from 5 to 9. Rock those neon windbreakers, soak up the vibes, and sip unlimited craft beverages. Have some fun in the indoor sun with your crew and support a local nonprofit. New this year, all VIP attendees get a fresh pair of pitties. Yeah, don't miss out. Surf on over to craftbeertours.com. Your next favorite beer is here.
Composer Brian Wren's Christ is Alive debuted on Easter Sunday, 1968, just 10 days after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was killed. In the hymn, Wren confesses the harshness of life while expressing an Easter hope that affirms the presence of a wounded, risen Savior. We sing, Christ is alive and comes to bring good news to this and every age. till earth and sky and ocean ring with joy, with justice, love, and praise. This is Pastor Doug Dent, inviting you to join us at Federated Church on Easter Sunday to celebrate the hope and the new life we all have in Jesus.
Hey, Twins fans, it's Chris Atterbury. Well-deserved off day for the hometown nine after playing 12 games in 12 days. After winning 2 of 3 from the Mets on the road in Atlanta. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night from Truist Park. I'll be joined by Glenn Perkins as we watch Chris Paddock battle against right-hander Bryce Elder. It's going to be a 5:30 pregame lineup card, 6:15 first pitch, and it's right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
Join West Central Initiative for The View from Here, telling the stories of our region. On May 1st at the Bigwood Event Center in Fergus Falls. Hear from Steve Grove, the CEO and publisher of the Minnesota Star Tribune, and a panel of local newspaper leaders as they discuss the power of regional journalism. Don't miss this chance to explore the vital role of local news. Register today at wcif.org/events and join West Central Initiative for The View from Here, telling the stories of our region. May 1st at the Bigwood Event Center in Fergus Falls.
Have you been eyeing the new Buick vehicles at Minnesota Motor Company? It's a pretty impressive lineup. This April, Minnesota Motor is offering you a $500 trade-in allowance when you purchase a new Buick and trade in a 2016 or newer vehicle. That's on top of all other discounts, meaning you could save over $2,500 on a new Buick Enclave. Contact the sales team for details.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
News Talk 1250 KBRF, looking at our forecast for today, looking at 58 for our high, some rain coming in, and not a ton, but we are going to see a little bit today and into tonight. 36 for our low, 46 for Friday's high, 50 Saturday, Easter Sunday, nice sunny, 58. Slight chance of showers by Easter night, but 62 for Monday's high, Tuesday up around 61, and we'll hit 60 on Wednesday. So temperatures starting to look fairly nice as we get in through the next week. 55, a little bit of clouds, winds variable at 5. This is Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you this morning and every morning by our friends at Pioneer Care and at Fergus Monument.
You know, I don't know if I should even ask this question, but as I drove into the garage this morning, I looked over and saw the snowblower, and I thought, is it too early to put the snowblower away?
It could be August, and it's never too early.
I mean, is it okay to put it away?
I like to think so, yes.
Okay. You remember what happened last time you and I said, the snow's never going to come. We got 15 inches. So I don't know that you and I should even weigh in on this. Maybe it was a mistake to bring it up in the first place. But I'm kind of anxious to get it out of the garage.
Yeah.
You know? But
mine just ends up in another corner of the garage.
Oh, okay. Well, we move ours into a building in the backyard. So I guess if we had to get it out again, we could.
I put the snowblower front and center during the winter, and I put the lawnmower front and center in the summer, and they just switch spots.
Okay. All right.
So it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Well, and that's what we would do too. You know, once we move to the cabin, then all the mower stuff comes up into that third stall, and then we've got our grandkids mowing for us all summer, which is so nice. And actually, they like it so much. They love to do lawn care. The two boys have formed. Well, actually, all three of them have formed their own company, House Lawn Care. Yeah. So they're gonna start mowing lawns this summer, and their younger sister, who is a little too maybe young to get on a mower and do the mowing, she's going to handle all of the spreadsheets and all of their finances. She loves to do that kind of stuff. So the three of them they came up with House Lawn Care. So I think that's going to be kind of fun for them to.
That is a cool little thing.
And I'll tell you what, I'm super fussy about my lawn. Everyone that knows me knows that. And at first I was like, oh boy, years ago when they started mowing, I thought, I hope they do it and so it looks nice and the lines are right and whatever. Oh my goodness, they are so fussy and they do such a beautiful job. It's so nice not to have to worry about our lawn in town when we're at the lake.
Our kid is the exact opposite of fussy. I have to go back and say, okay, Adam, hop on the lawnmower. We're going to hit all the spots you missed.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? I didn't miss a thing. There's like a 5-foot spot. I'm like,
Oh, my.
how do you not see this?
Well, here's how fussy they are, and especially the younger one. He had finished push mowing the front lawn, and he does it a different way every time. So it's angle mowed one week and straight mowed the next, and it looks beautiful. Well, he had just finished mowing, and it looked beautiful. And then his older brother took the lawn tractor from the backyard and drove it across his fresh lines. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that was a big battle. So that's how fussy they are.
I know my dad always had, especially our front lawn at their house, because they live on a major street that people drive by all the time. He was always, okay, we got to go diagonal this way, then we got to go this way this time, then we got to go this way this time, and he always had an angle that we had to be going at, and for the design, and it had to look nice.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, I grew up in a fussy lawn household.
Yeah.
And so I've continued that. Everybody in our family is pretty fussy about the grass. So anyway, it's really nice that these guys do a great job. So if anyone listening is looking for lawn care, boy, do I have a deal for you. Okay, so I was going to tell you about all of us Americans who say they ignore symptoms and they don't feel like, that's nothing. Is that you? I mean, do you ever
Oh, yeah.
just say, or I go the other way and every ache and pain I think, what's that? I've got something terrible,
I always say I'm fine.
Well, I kind of do too. In fact, I overheard a couple of guys at the gym this morning talking about the medications that they take. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't take any medications. And then I thought, well, I don't take any medications because I never go to the doctor. So anyway, yeah.
The last time I had COVID, it was funny. I'm sitting there just coughing. I'm coughing up blood. I mean, I've got a very, what the doctors refer to as a very violent cough and a very violent sneeze.
My.
But it was cutting into.
And you didn't worry about that?
No. So I'm sitting here coughing up blood, and Jen. I mean, I don't know
I'm
where
glad you live with a nurse.
I don't know where she got the COVID test thing, but I mean, before I could even look, that thing was up my nose, tickling my brain and back out.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You have got COVID." I'm like, "Nah, I'm fine."
I'm fine.
Bloody handkerchief, and it's just.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I'm kind of like you. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Well, anyway, there's some research out there that found that men and women don't go to the doctor for different reasons. They believe they can push through their symptoms. That's me. About half of the people, and these are women, say they don't want to overreact. It's not, do I overreact? I worry about it. It's just that I hate to go to the doctor. The average person experiences aches and pains 4 times a week. I experience aches and pains every time I get up out of this chair, but I'm not going to run to the doctor for it every time. Anyway, online resources can provide general guidance, but there is no substitute for speaking with a trusted board-certified doctor who can assess your symptoms. And, a lot of people go to Google. They Google it.
Google it. Google says you're going to die.
And I tell you what, you Google stuff and you're going to scare the pants off yourself. Don't do that.
Anything you Google is going to be fatal within the next 12 minutes.
Just don't do it because you're probably Googling it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe you describe your symptoms in a way that isn't even accurate, and then Google's going to tell you have some horrible terminal, life-ending disease. Just don't do that. And doctors will tell you, just don't Google this. No. Just, rely on me. I'll give you all the details. Okay, how about this? I love this. 2 Nashville creatives started an online petition to rename the city's airport after Dolly Parton. Wouldn't that be fun?
I'm okay with it.
I know. So far, the change.org petition has amassed over 50,000 signatures. Dolly is a great Tennessean and great unifier who adds legitimacy to the South because her story resonates with everyone. All people smile when they talk or think about her. And that's accurate.
Yep.
You know,
Find
do you
somebody
know
that has
anyone?
anything negative to say about
I
her.
know. Do you know anyone who says anything bad about Dolly Parton?
Jolene.
Yeah. Anyway, they say that she is just the best of the South. Change.org even featured the petition on its Instagram and noted that less than 5% of the world's airports are named after women. We could all depart from that, and we could all be departin' from partin'. Dad joke. I didn't make it up.
That's a
We
wow.
could all be departin' from partin'. That's what the petition description says. I like it. I vote for it.
I'd vote for that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's an absolute stand-up character. I mean, just think about her library that,
I
sending
know,
books to
she's-
kids. I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, she is just really a neat person. Okay, there's that story. I think we covered it earlier this week. Egg costs are high, so people are saving on their eggs. And Jet Puff, that is the company I couldn't think of, has launched that marshmallow decorating kit.
Yep.
So it offers fun dip and decorate activity for kids and adults. Others are opting, get this. Can you think of anything else that could be dyed?
Ooh.
Think of round things or oblong things, I guess.
Golf balls.
No. Potatoes
Oh yeah, I've heard
and
of that.
onions.
I haven't heard about onions, but I have heard about potatoes.
Really? Would that work? I suppose, are they porous enough to take the dye on?
Yeah, I mean, just peel them.
I guess. Instagram user @CrowdedKitchen decided to simply reinvent the egg by creating peanut butter Easter eggs with white chocolate outer shell that can be decorated with food dye. So I guess you just need to be a little creative.
Yep.
Speaking of creativity, this is one of the coolest stories I've heard in a long time. And I actually saw a video of it. So you probably want to go online and find this video because it's amazing. So there is a place that's called Chelsea, Michigan, and they have a bookstore called Serendipity Bookstore. It's a local. It would be like our Victor Lundin.
Okay.
And 300 residents in the town love this local bookstore. Well, the Serendipity Bookstore needed to make a move, and they moved around the corner to a spot on Main Street. But now the question became, how do we move 9,000 books? So the 300 residents of Chelsea, Michigan got together and made what they call a book brigade. So imagine like a fire brigade.
Like a bucket brigade?
A bucket brigade, only this is books. They literally stood 300 people up and down the sidewalks and from one store to the other, and they handed book by book by book by book 9,000 times and moved all the books. And it said it only took about 2 hours to move 9,000 books.
Nice.
So yeah, formed a pair of lines, passed titles from the older location to the new one. Took about 2 hours to move them all. It was a practical way to move the books, but it was also a way for everybody to have a part in this beloved bookstore, Serendipity. Isn't that a great story?
That is.
As people passed the books along, they said, I have not read this. That's a good one. Ooh, I should check this one out.
Great advertising.
I know. I love that story.
Yeah.
And anytime a community can get 300 people to show up to do something like that, I bet if we needed to move, well, they probably have more than, 9,000 books. They have a lot of books at Victor Lundin's.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they made a call to action, I bet people of Fergus Falls would stand on the street and
you get like at least 300.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I love that story. I love when people come together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the trivia questions are so easy that I could answer them.
You say that, but it's been when.
No, you will. No.
There's been times where you've been like, they're easy. And I'm like,
these
I
are.
don't know.
I mean, anyone could get these. What color is Bianco wine?
White.
Okay. I mean, how easy is that? White. Okay. Here's another one. What do you get when you add fresh fruit to red wine?
Mimosa? I don't know.
You know this. Think. Sangria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a wine person.
No, I thought for sure you'd come up with that. You know everything.
No, so that's a sangria. Okay.
Yeah, sangria. That's what happens. You take red wine. It's usually, I don't even know what they use. It doesn't matter. I guess just any kind of red wine, and then you just cut up a whole bunch of fruit and dump it in there.
Oh, okay.
And it becomes sangria, I guess. Anyway.
I've heard of sangria.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you knew everything. So there's one thing that Dave Bishop doesn't know, and that is what is sangria. Yeah, wine.
I'm not a big wine guy.
Okay.
I do blanco just for the simple fact it's the French word for white.
For white, yeah, that makes total sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, French and Italian I think are both blanco.
Okay. Well, anyway, here's another good story. This was going to, this is like a feel good. We'll just have it a little bit early. How's that? There was a 2-year-old. Is this one we had yesterday? A 2-year-old that went missing Tuesday morning in Arizona. This one is in Arizona.
Oh, we got another kid missing.
Locals feared the worst. The area is home to cougars, bears, and snakes. But luckily, another animal watched over the young boy, a dog.
Oh, wow.
Buford, some kind of Anatolian Pyrenees. I don't know what that is. That's the breed. Owned by a rancher, was spotted walking with the child 16 hours after he went missing.
Yeah, the other guy was missing for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was very short. Okay. Anyway, the owner said he just loves kids, and I imagine he wouldn't leave him once he found him, said the rancher. Aside from a few scratches, the boy was unharmed.
Oh, that's cute.
But imagine your 2-year-old missing in the land of cougars, bears, and snakes for more than 16 hours.
Wow.
Wow is right. So, maybe a Pyrenees or this Anatolian Pyrenees is the type of dog you need to protect the family. And Nate Bargatze, is that how I say his name?
Nate Bargatze, yes.
He is a stand-up comic.
Very good.
People love him.
He is very clean.
He's clean. That's the good thing.
If you're looking for a clean comic and you're looking for like Netflix or something,
he's funny.
Watch Bargatze, yeah.
Anyway, he's going to host the 77th Annual Emmy Awards, airing live from the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles, and that's coming up in September, middle of September. It's a huge honor to be asked to host such an iconic award show. And he said, I'm beyond excited to work with CBS to create a night that can be enjoyed by families around the world. He's a family guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, this isn't the first time he's worked with CBS. He previously hosted Nate Bargatze's Nashville Christmas last year. He's one of the top stand-up comedians working today. Last year alone, he sold over 1.2 million tickets, earning him the title of the highest earning comedian globally. Nominations for the 2025 Emmy Awards will be revealed on July 15th. And isn't it nice to know that a clean comedian is like top rated?
I saw him up at the Fargo Dome either last year or the year before. And one of his probably more famous routines on SNL, he's George Washington. If you're looking to just kind of see, it's a kind of a dry, slow burn humor.
I hear it's really funny though.
Yeah, he did this George Washington.
In fact, it's kind of one of the things he's kind of known for.
Yeah, from the SNL skits. If look those up online, they are absolutely hilarious. But if he's on Netflix, I think that he's got 3 or 4 specials on Netflix. So if you got Netflix, look him up. Highly recommend him. Like I said, very clean.
Typically stand-up comedy and cleanliness does not show up in the same sentence.
It's funny though, because in one of his stand-up routines, he talks about, he was the oldest kids, and his parents weren't really ready for kids, and growing up he got in trouble if he said the word stinks, so he tries to rat out his brother who's saying it stinks. He goes, I don't even know you.
Oh my goodness.
I mean that's
so it's good, clean, fun humor that the family can enjoy.
Stinks is about as bad as it gets for words.
I can handle stinks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just about coming to the end of the show and end of the week already again.
Holy
Another week has blown, Holy Week.
Yep.
So Monday, Thursday today,
Yep.
Good Friday tomorrow, and of course Easter Sunday on Sunday. So, and I know that you can go online and check with your area church, or we've got plenty of churches to choose from around here.
We got the church guide on KBRFradio.com. So if you are looking for a place to worship, just click on that and show you all the churches. And
absolutely, and you're welcome anywhere.
Yep.
And so feel welcome in this community of faith. So, all right. Well, it's coming up on 10 o'clock, and we wish everybody a very happy Easter weekend. We hope you have fun no matter what your celebration looks like. And thanks for joining us this week. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Falls Monument Company. Have a great Easter.